What are you breaking my balls for? All right, it's about that time again for another episode of Breakin Ballz with Johnny P. I'm your host for the evening, and my pleasure joining me again tonight, my co-host, Mr. Lou Hot Dog Martini. What's going on, Louie?
The master of mayhem. Always an honor to be with you. A pleasure to come to Staten Island and in rush hour traffic as usual. Oh, my God. Somebody changed the time of these tapes.
I hate getting a call from you. Anytime you come on my show, you're coming on the podcast. Anytime I know I get a call from you, there's some kind of chaos going on. It's either, John, I just left. My cat ran down the block, and I got to come down.
That's my life, John. Don't you know me 30 years, and that's my life. My life is full of turmoil and turbulence. What I guess it's that dark cloud that hangs over my head. But anyway, speaking of dark clouds, not tonight. You got some great guests. You got some great people. Yeah. Some friends of ours that are on the show. Johnny, tell us who's on the show tonight, please.
And these two guys, both great guys. They were both on my past late night and my up late shows, and they're friends and colleagues, and they got all wearing a bunch of different hats. My first guest up tonight, he's an actor, director, producer. He's actually a musician, too. We have the one and only Garry Pastore in the house with us. He's here. What's up, Garry? And sitting on his left is a good friend of mine, too. And he's a comedian. He's a writer. He does voiceovers. He's an actor. We have the one and only Chris Monty with us. What's up, Chris?
Thank you. Next
Fellow
time,
Queens guys, represent, baby, represent.
Right, Mets fans in the house.
Represent.
We got the Met fans here, huh?
A little bit.
Outnumbered.
So you're going to hate me. I'm not a Met fan.
Oh, who's your team?
I'm a Houston Astros fan.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Hated by everybody.
Makes sense. Guy from Queens rooting for the Houston Astros.
Well, I was a bat boy for them when I was a kid.
Okay,
so
great.
I go back to. I
like the Dallas Cowboy
45s.
cheerleaders when I was a kid too. That don't mean I root for the team.
I go back to the Colt 45s. I go all the way back to 1970. I'm an Astros fan.
Wow. So that means you
break my balls about that.
Well, what about that means you watched the Bad News Bears? That was a great show, and they taped at the Houston Astrodome.
Yes, they did. That's right. You know what? I remember the first time. It was 1975. I'm old. I'm a lot older than you guys. Well, Gary's about my age.
I think we're the same age.
But walking into the Astrodome as a kid, as a 15-year-old, I came in behind home plate, and literally I walked in. And I was like, "Holy shit, this is a spaceship!" Have you guys ever been to the old Astrodome by any chance? It's the Superdome.
Where
in New Orleans.
Is that what did the Oilers play there? The football team? Yeah, I was there.
It literally felt as a kid like you were walking into a spaceship. I mean, it was this amazing thing for a 15-year-old to be. And I spent this summer as a bat boy. It was a great summer for me.
I always thought you were from outer space.
Yeah.
And he liked the bats. He likes the
bats.
Breaking balls early. He's right with the show. There you go.
So Gary's a great ball buster, too. That's
one of the best.
That's why we get along. So, Gary, talk to me. What's been going on the past year with you? A lot of things.
Before I got out of jail?
Yeah, either or. Whichever one you want to say,
No, I wasn't in
You went to jail for beating up that kid Nicky, didn't you?
Don't get me going with that guy. I don't hit anyone.
Oh, we have that in common.
You two guys. We'll talk about that.
This is the golden age right now, so I have to act like I'm in my golden years. I just turned a number.
I know.
Yesterday, day before yesterday.
I know. Today's Gary's birthday, and it's also Louis' birthday this week too.
Happy birthday, fellas!
Sagittarians.
Yes,
two
bitches.
Two bitches on the same week.
Two Sagittarian bitches.
They call it the golden age, so I have to change my ways.
It is.
It's supposed to be more mellow and take things down a notch.
Yeah, but you were supposed to do that years ago when you did that fantastic docudrama. I don't even know what you classify that thing that you did that he put me in. Yeah, but I don't know if it was a narrative, if it was a documentary, because it had all kinds of aspects in it.
A docudramedy, I called it.
There you go.
Because it was documentary. There was a lot of drama in it, and it was comedy.
It was all about you trying to live a basically less stressful life.
Yeah, well, because we create our own stress.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, honestly, we do.
So
as you get older now, you're not supposed to have so much stress. I'm retired. Done with my day.
Is that on Amazon now? Can we see that somewhere?
I actually put it on YouTube, so you don't have to pay for it. So
it's people. Please go watch
What's it called?
It's
De-stressed.
Distressed.
De-stressed. Got to check it out.
But isn't it on? It is on Amazon though, right?
It was.
It is because I have it on my thing.
Well, they haven't paid me, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Very funny, very poignant. Gary does a great job as always.
He busted your balls in that one too.
Yes,
right?
It was funny.
Yeah, we had some funny stuff.
He comes late, and he makes me late for get on the airplane. He's supposed to bring me something.
Then I was supposed to go to the bank or something.
Yeah,
you sent me to the bank.
Yeah,
I was his errand boy.
I had to go to the bank
or something.
Yeah, you were supposed to bring the document to bring to the bank because we were getting something produced.
And I screwed it up.
And Yeah.
Just like in real life.
Hey, just like in real life.
And Tony Ray Rossi, our friend, was in that with you.
Oh, yeah, he was cutting my hair in it. Well, he was doing what he does. That's what he does.
Right.
So anyway, yes, this golden age thing is a fallacy. The only thing golden is my urine. That's it.
That's good.
But that's good. That's healthy,
It's
right?
good, yeah. If it's golden, you don't want it to be like all burned,
Mine was
red.
It was brown a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
I had to go to ER. I thought it was kidney stones. Like I woke up, I had
What
some
happened?
bad pain. I don't know. They made me piss in a cup. It was dark.
They gave you results?
Yeah, he said don't drink.
So you're pissing straight bourbon these days, basically.
That was what
That's
it is.
basically what it is.
It came out the way it went in.
Yeah.
Amazing. Little dog. Twice
But
felt it.
I don't know about you guys, but as we get older, like you said, it's supposed to be the golden years. We're supposed to try and relax a little bit, just let things slide off our back. I'm so much. My patience is not what it used to be, and it should get better.
No,
as we
your
get
patience
older, right?
it shrinks as you get older.
Because this is what's happening. And I thought it was supposed to be the opposite.
No.
I have no patience for anything anymore.
No, because you know what? The times change, and then you see stupid all the time, and you have no patience for that.
None. Have no patience.
No
for stupid.
patience.
No.
And I'm not stress free because I got married late, and I'm in my early 50s now, and I got 2 little kids.
Oh, shit. How old?
5 and 2.
Yeah, that's tough,
insane.
bro.
So
That's tough.
and then I don't sleep, and then I just got a text from my agent. I got a call back tomorrow. It's at 9:30 in the morning. I'm like 9:30 in the morning.
You got to go online to do it? Or you
No,
actually
I gotta go. It's in person,
Oh,
which
amazing.
is rare today. But I'm saying, and I gotta.
That's another
I gotta take my daughter to the. I gotta get somebody to take my daughter to the bus now, so I can jump on a train and go to Manhattan from Queens and be there for whatever. So and I'm thinking, I got to go to bed now tonight because I got to
Are you
get
still
up.
on the road as a comic? Or you a road
As a comic,
too?
I'm on the
That's
road a lot,
stressful,
too. Yeah.
That's stress.
A lot
Go
of
from
driving
hotel
too.
to
A lot of
hotel.
driving. Sometimes I'm driving to Pennsylvania, do a gig on a Wednesday, get done 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I go, screw it, I got to drive back to New York because my wife works and I'm home during the day, so I'm the daddy daycare. I got to take my daughter to the bus because I can't strap my in-laws with my kids at 8 in the morning, like all day. It's just too much, They watch my kids. My in-laws are great, but all day, so.
Hey, listen, that's the price you pay when you're a grandparent,
He's not a grandparent. He's a
No, but he means my in-laws.
He means in-laws.
about his in-laws.
My mother, anyone that's a grandparent, you're like the last on the list. Like with my mother, I was always the favorite, even though I was the one that got in trouble all the time. But now that she has grandkids, Johnny who? Johnny P who? John? They used to call me John.
Right.
The grandkids have all pulled, so don't feel guilty about letting them watch them.
Oh no, I know, but the fact is, I go on the road a lot. I don't want to strap them 5 days a week to have to take care of my kids. I don't want to take advantage of them because they got my sister-in-law has kids that they watch, and it's a lot, So, but so I don't sleep. I nap during the day. My wife gets pissed at me because she comes home. Oh, you didn't do the dishes? I said, what'd you do
outta
today?
here,
Well, yeah. I go, hey, look, the toddler's alive, and she doesn't have shit in her diaper, and I had a nap when she napped because I'm fucking exhausted,
Oh, geez, you got to take those power naps, man.
That's what I need.
You got a dishwasher?
I got a dishwasher.
Tell her to use it.
No, but she wants me to empty it. That's all she wants me to do. Put it away and reload it.
That's easy. Take you 2 minutes.
Yeah, I do it 5 minutes before she walks in the door. I make the bed. You got a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
So
4 of them, 4 kids.
Wow.
that's great.
And they drive me nuts. And it's like you said.
They're all at
You
home
don't
now,
have-
too, right? Still all 4 kids at home? Or
no,
one is gone?
No, my oldest daughter moved. She lives in Arizona. In fact, I was just out there.
Oh,
Saw
that's
her and the
right. She's
kids.
okay. All right.
My son Justin plays college football. I took him out of the football house because it was like Animal House.
Yeah.
I went in, bras are hanging and stunk. I was like, nah, you ain't staying here no more. Coming back.
Oh, I
home.
lived in a fraternity house for 4 years.
So he lived in the frat house.
Did he like it?
Yeah, he liked it, but
Yeah.
he started to see my point that, I said, Justin, you got it out of your system? You did the 1 year here? I said, you can't bring a girl here.
No.
I said, she's going to run out the door.
Back in the day when we were younger, that was cool to be in a frat house
yeah.
because it was more cooler.
Fraternity. For fraternity guys, you say fraternity.
Yeah,
Okay.
Frat is derogatory.
Excuse
It's
me.
like calling a black guy
Fucking
the N-word,
Martini.
basically.
Yeah, no, you
It
can't
is.
say
It really
frat
it
house.
is.
Fraternity.
It is.
The Animal House.
It was
Yeah,
with
like
Animal
Animal.
House.
That's the year I went to college. Animal House had just come out.
Oh, wow.
And I had no intentions of joining a fraternity. I knew I wanted to go out of town to school. I wanted to go to the University of Houston. I was going to be a sportscaster back in the day. It was a very, very good communication school. And I just started going to the parties the first couple of weeks. Me and a guy from the dorms became buddies. One night, I see him come down the stairs from the party rooms, and he's got this little pin on. I'm like, what are you doing? He says, Just go talk to the guy. He says, I am not pledging no fraternity, bro. I'm from New York. I'm not doing this animal. I had no intentions. I went up there. 2 beers later, I got a pin on. The funny thing about it is when I come downstairs with the pin on, the same girls that wanted nothing to do with me 20 minutes ago.
They love you.
Please. I was like, this is going to be great for 4 years. This is going to be great.
Did you get your ass greased or no?
Oh, my God. It was, no, none of that shit. The only time, I had one time a guy break my balls where he put his hand on me. And there was a line. I always said, nobody's ever going to put their fucking hand on me to get into a fraternity. And it was this thing called walking. I'm a Sigma Chi. They would take one of the Pledge brothers in the middle of the night. They would take him to another school a couple hours away, and the guy that got kidnapped or walked, they'd get him drunk, they'd get him a stripper. It was a great time for the guy that got walked.
Right.
But you would get the call 2 o'clock. It's like, okay, Pledge brother Johnny is at Sam Houston University. You got to come pick him up. Like, you got to be kidding me. And if you didn't all show up to pick him up together, you're gone. You're blackballed. You're out, right? So we go down there and stuff, and they put you in a line. And in the line, you'd have to go like this to get permission to speak. And then meanwhile, they're screaming and yelling at you and blowing smoke in your face and shit that you can handle. It's no big shit, right? But this one guy decided to start poking me in the chest.
A big guy.
Oh, so from your New York, you're a Bruce Springsteen-loving Yankee faggot. So this is Rary, Sam Houston State University. This is 1980. This is like Ku Klux Klanville, man. So as soon as he did that like 2 or 3 times, I took his hand and I twisted it. I says, put your fucking hand on me again. I'm going to break your fucking face. Oh! This kid's got balls. We love. Next thing I know, I'm on the couch with the stripper on me and stuff like that. Nice. That was the hit of the walk.
But that's what you got to do.
But but there was no physical stuff like that. I mean, that hazing stuff. But it goes on. It goes on. Hazing goes on.
There was no P. Diddy shit going on. You saying right?
No.
Getting back to what I did the last year.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So how you been, Gary?
Gary's been to a few white parties, right?
Huh?
Gary's been to a few white parties.
Oh, hell yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Gary, get yourself centered a little, baby.
How's that?
Get a little more.
Oh, you're such a fucking perfectionist.
This way?
Right there. Stop right there.
Stop right there?
Mint. There you go.
So, I did this. It's funny. I get a call 2 years ago from a German director. His name is Uwe Boll. And Uwe...
Oh, he does all those crazy movies.
Yeah, he does. The Postal. He did all the crazy ones. In fact, the critics panned him all the time. He got so fed up, he invited the critics into a boxing ring, and he actually boxed the critics.
Wow.
Yeah, he knocked them all out.
Can you see this anywhere? I got to see this.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So he knocked them all out. So he goes, Gary, I'm doing this show called First Shift in New York. He goes, you are such a big star here in Germany. I says, I am? He goes, yes, this show that you did is a douche. I said, douche. He goes, yes, a douche. He goes, you are big on this douche show. He goes, I'd love to have you in
the Nazis
movie.
Love you. You're big with the Nazis.
He goes, I'd love to have you on the show. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I play a wise guy on it, a hitman. And it's weird because I didn't know what the hell would come of it. It's number 2 on Paramount Plus.
Wow, it's good.
It's called First Shift?
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen his serial killer movies.
I didn't see that yet.
Well, they want to turn it into a series. So obviously, if they turn it into a series, I'll help my friends.
You got to text me later because I'll watch it.
John, you got to see the Ted Bundy one he did. It's the guy that played Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy,
he did a Ted Bundy one. The guy's name is Nemsic or Nemec. The guy was great.
Really?
Oh, fantastic. Too bad it was a very low budget movie. Nobody saw it because the guy's performance is out of this world.
I got to be honest with you.
He does a lot of strange stuff.
I thought he was great. I thought everything that everybody told me about him is a fallacy.
Yeah.
He was kind. He was a great director. Very patient. I mean, we were shooting up on a roof in Manhattan. The wind was blowing about 40. Snow was coming down. Yeah, I just actually heard the craziest story that there was some kind of protest going on outside. And they called this guy Mike the Magician. They bring him along. He's from Germany. And they say he conjured up the storm and got rid of the protests. I'm telling you, I had dinner with the producer. He's telling me the story. He said, yeah, we brought this guy Mike, and Mike conjures up stuff. And he brought the storm on, and he said, yeah, and it got rid of the protests.
Those crazy Nazis, I tell you, they're all crazy.
They were.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun. It really, really was. So
that's great.
I did that.
We have to check that out. We got to check that out, John.
It's been kind of slow, though, for me. It has been.
It's slow for everybody.
Everybody.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody.
the
It's been slow
industry's
for
been a little
everybody.
slow. That's why I was able to play in a band with you.
Yeah, well, me and Gary just started jamming. We're just having a little fun. We don't know where it's going to go. We're trying to get a band together, but we'll see. Right now, we're having fun.
What are we going to call it? How about Giza?
How about
Since
the
we're
ball,
a bunch of
the
old
ball
geezers.
busters? I don't know.
The ball boss.
I like
No, we're not
Giza.
old
I
geezers.
like
Well,
Giza.
Giza's funny.
I like Giza.
No, I
Instead of Weezer,
No,
Giza.
I like, yes.
No, we don't want to be geezers.
We are.
But you are.
No,
Except what you are, John.
You're a fucking geezer, not me.
You know what it is? He uses that black cat.
Oh,
You know
God.
what black cat is,
You
right?
know, John,
shoe polish. You know shoe polish.
Yeah, I know,
Look
I
at him.
know.
What, my hand?
Look, yeah. Look at us.
He
Look at
refuses.
him.
He refuses to admit he's older than 35
Listen, big
years
deal.
old.
I use just for men.
It actually looks good. It looks natural.
Well, I got a touch of gray in there. That's why.
Oh, that's
Mario
it?
Lopez just admitted that.
Did you ever see the guys who put the black in
Yeah.
their hair? And I
No,
look
it's
at
too
them.
much.
I look at them and they got wrinkles and their faces falling down. and I go,
You know, I'm sorry.
Like Dick
Mario
Clark.
Mario
Yeah.
Lopez has been dyeing his hair for the last 10 years. He finally just came out and he's advertising for Just for Men. And he goes, and I go, I knew his hair was too fucking perfect. But a lot of Spanish people and Mexicans, they don't get gray hair. A lot of them, if you notice, they don't.
It's the beans.
The beans, right?
is that really?
No, I don't
No, that's not true. What about Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, I don't know, but a lot of the ones that I know, you know,
And
Did
Edward
you get
James
this from a
Olmos.
medical journal?
few.
Where'd
Come
you
on,
get
there's
this
a
from?
few.
Montalban.
I don't know.
Right,
I
I
gotta
gotta
Oh,
fact
yeah.
check that.
you can fact check
Good Lord.
it.
I gotta fact check that.
What was it? What's the name of that?
Do Mexicans' hair turn gray? I'm fact checking.
He's Googling it.
I'm fact checking it.
Fine, Christian.
So, Chris, you dabble in movies, films, and
A little bit in film. Most
Talk
of
to
the
me.
stuff I've done has been on, you know, as a matter of fact, you said The Deuce. I auditioned for that show probably 3 times when it was on.
That's good, though. I
Yeah.
mean, she liked you.
I auditioned for that show. I auditioned for the other show. I had 1 million auditions for. I didn't get on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You see that one on Amazon Prime? But I did a few. I was on like Vinyl on HBO.
That was a great show.
1 season. I had a recurring character. Everything I get, as soon as they say you're going to bring you back, they cancel the fucking show.
that was a great show, Vinyl.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Vinyl
it?
was awesome.
I was
Yeah.
supposed to do an 8 out of 10 gig the season that got canceled. I played Mario. I was selling the hot records, the Osmond Brothers record. And Gary and I, we have been in so many shows together, Vinyl, The Deuce. And we've never
Worked together.
We've
on
never
screen.
been in a scene together.
Well,
I was thinking
except
about that
for
this
Distress.
morning.
funny.
Except
Except
Distress.
for Distressed. That was about
Yeah,
it.
I gotta go
we've
watch
never
that.
been-
And The Sopranos, you weren't.
No.
We've done so many shows together, but never in the same scene.
It
together.
happens
It's
a
pretty
lot.
wild.
You know,
One
I
of
mean,
these days.
I read on The Deuce, I read for your role.
Yeah.
I read for the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
your
then,
role.
and then they said, we got something in mind for you. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Sure enough, they mid-season, they called me up.
Brilliant.
They
If
brought me
people
in for
haven't seen
Maddie.
it,
Your role
Matty
that
DeRose.
was made for you.
I know.
That his role was good for him, and yours was great for you because that's you. You know,
Right. That's when they come along. That's great.
right?
hey, I'm just happy to be
They
working,
needed
man.
the cocksucker mobster.
I'm just
There you
happy to
go.
be working.
Well, listen, I'm trying to
teasing
change
you.
that up.
No, we're just teasing you. Listen,
No,
he's
no.
Playing
I
a
know.
priest. He's playing a priest next week.
That's right. I'm playing a priest.
An Irish priest
Father
is playing.
McCarthy. But I'm not doing that until the end of January. I think I'm going to grow the beard.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
You ever see Gary? You ever see Gary?
We
do
got to
it?
put a mark down. Yes.
You got to see Gary do an Indian cab driver.
Oh, that's
Hilarious.
the best one that you did. There. Come on, do
Hilarious.
it.
What?
Give us
The
a
Indian cab
I
driver.
love when you did the Indian guy, and then you came out and you were a cop.
Oh, NYPD? Yeah. Yeah, I was undercover cop.
was
I had
great.
I had put the, what do you call it? Thing in here?
turban.
Yeah, turban. I put on a fake mustache, and I'm sitting there watching a drug house, and the guy gets in the cab, and he goes, take me to Jefferson. I said, get the hell out. I'm out to duty.
And he goes, "Come on."
Now you know they couldn't do that today. They would not shoot that today. That
What?
wouldn't be
I
written
wouldn't be
today.
allowed to do that, right?
No, they wouldn't do
But
it.
that's
today.
stupid.
I know exactly.
Now, let me ask you a
Yeah,
question.
you're the
You
stand-up
probably have-
comedian. Do you change your act depending on where you are, what kind of crowd you're in front of, and all that stuff?
Sometimes you have
you
to.
become
Sometimes they'll
politically
tell
correct?
you. Sometimes they'll I
They
just
tell
got
you right away, right?
Yeah, I do some. I'll do a lot of corporate because I can work very clean. So I'll do a lot of corporate events, and they don't want don't do any ethnic jokes about any race.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of any religion. Don't just keep it. So I luckily can work autobiographically talk about myself, my wife, getting married late, make fun of myself.
You're good that you don't curse a lot. and
I
you can
could,
keep-
like I'll
no,
do.
but you're good like that, keeping it clean.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was taught very early when I started to stand up. If you work clean, you can work everywhere.
Right.
You can always be I'm like a chameleon. You can always switch it up if somebody goes, can you be a little dirty? We want a guy a little bit dirty. Yeah, sure, I can do that. I'm not going to be a vulgar pig, but I got to do a lot of during the summertime here in Staten Island and on Long Island and New Jersey, a lot of these golf events.
Yes.
Guys go out in the morning, they play, they drink all day. Companies, they come back at 5 o'clock. They have a cocktail hour and a dinner, and then at the dinner they usually give awards, and then at the end they're like that comedian. And predominantly it's 90% men at these events, and they want dirty. They want you to break balls. They'll come up to you and go, "Oh, Gary," so you make fun of Gary, and they'll tell you something about him.
What do you mean make fun of me?
I'm just saying. I'm just
Why you gotta
saying.
make
Why are you
fun of
picking
me?
on Gary?
Not you per se, but you
What
know.
is he, funny?
What is he?
Can I make fun of you?
Make fun of the Indian guy.
Can I make fun of you? You have a good sense of smell?
Yes, I got a good sense of smell.
I figured.
That was funny.
I shaved my mustache because my friends kept saying, "Chris with a nose like yours, why underline it?" All right. But yeah, so
You said to break balls, break a ball.
They're breaking balls.
That's what it is.
I didn't
That's what
think
it
you
is.
would mind that anyway.
Yeah, I don't
what
give
it
a
is.
shit.
That's what it
So,
is.
but yeah, so I could, so I work clean, but they will tell you, oh, no politics or no, none of this. None
I
of
couldn't
that.
do my act today when I was doing stand up in the late 80s because it was all ethnic shit.
and I know he told me he's a stand-up. I
Couldn't
could
do
never picture him
I
being
did
a
it.
stand-up.
I did stand
You
up
too?
You know, I
I did it
learned
for
one
2
thing.
years.
You have to cater to the audience.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like your jokes may not go over in the Midwest as they would go over here.
No way.
Right.
You know, a lot of times, I mean, I see a lot of these comedians now, they just pick on the audience all the time based on where they are.
Right.
You know, they'll
I won't do like insult comedy or
not
crowd
insult.
work.
but
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that one comedian, that's all he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I mean, Don Rickles made a career out of that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was,
You know, I just
Yeah, but
rec-
Don Rickles had jokes. And
Yeah, well,
stuff.
he was great.
The
Right.
guys today, you could tell when the guy doesn't have an act when he says, "Oh, where you from?" "Oh, Cleveland." Then he'll start. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't tell jokes or stories. The great stand-ups in my book, like Rodney Dangerfield and Rickles, they told jokes
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, Rodney
but a guy
Dangerfield
doesn't
was
have an
great.
act. He goes into the audience and he just makes fun of the audience.
And I know guys that make a living off that, like
Yeah,
you said.
yeah.
But if you watch them every night, they're doing the same jokes, but to
Right,
the audience.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? They've made their living on. Oh, when this guy says this, I got 10 jokes for Italian guys. I got 10 jokes for electricians. I got 10 jokes for a garbage man, and they just go like that. It looks like they're making it up as they go.
You know who was great that I just saw last week, and I got to give him a lot of credit, and Anthony Rodeo.
Oh, he's great.
And I seen him.
Rodeo.
Rodeo, yeah.
Yeah.
He always makes fun of me when I call him Rodeo. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I go,
Well, dude, nobody butchers the English language more than you.
Nobody.
I'm the king of the
You
bush.
are, you are absolutely, you are Slip fucking Mahoney.
we had a guest.
Isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But that's all right.
But that's all right.
Let me ask you a
Nobody
question.
gives a
Let
shit.
me call you by
You
what
went
your
to
not
Tauntonville High
fucking
School,
name
right?
is.
Yeah.
How'd you do in English? No good?
That was my worst point.
Oh, you cut English. There
No,
you go.
I just-
That makes sense.
Let me finish. Yeah. I can't speak good English. I might as well be
Well,
He
Chinese.
speaks no good English.
I don't speak no good English.
But anyway,
Forget about it.
with Anthony Rodeo, he was
Yeah.
great, and then Goomba Johnny's been on the road with him. Goomba Johnny killed it, but I visioned it and I see it. I could see Anthony doing the Garden within a couple of years. That's how much he's been.
Oh, he's
rising.
great. I
mean,
like
Yeah,
him a
he's
lot.
got a lot of steam behind him.
he just walks out. He has this aura about it. I see it. And he was just great. They gave me free tickets. I got in touch with them. Nice.
Free, it's me, right?
Yeah, well, most of my guests, most of them, will always do the right thing and comp me when they're on my show.
I would comp you.
Yeah, you always.
I got nothing going on, but I'll comp you.
You always take care of me. And anyone that's on my
You
show.
come to my house and make you a hamburger.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that's-
Louis
I get
always
nothing
go
wrong
like
here.
that.
Oh, I've had barbecues. I invite you. Yeah.
And the thing is, I just want to represent being a regular New Yorker. A New Yorker just with no filter, and just this is who I am. I mean, I'm not. I'm a blue collar
That's
guy.
the beauty. That's the beauty of
I'm
it.
a
That's
blue
the
collar
that's the
guy,
beauty
and I
of it.
laugh at the way I talk. I mean, in the beginning, I used to get embarrassed, but I said, I can't correct it, so I just got to roll with it.
I think you're hilarious.
Yeah,
You
you're a
got
character.
You got cast in the Irishman because of the
Just
way
because of
you
the show.
talk.
Yeah, but that was just because of the show. Ellen Lewis saw my show.
I know.
And she's like, look at this fucking good-looking guy.
Yeah, that can't speak.
Can't speak.
We'll put him on. We'll
I
put him in
can't
the
understand
back.
a word- I
Understand
can't
him.
understand a word he's saying.
Give him subtitles.
We got subtitles.
Listen, I remember the first time I had Robert Clohessy on the show.
Bobby Close.
Bobby's one of the greats.
Bobby Close.
The sweetest guy, right?
Yep.
But I used to say Clohessy. I couldn't say it, so we did 4 takes, and I'm like, I don't care. There's an audience there. I want to get it right. But then I goes, don't worry about it. I go, no, one more time, 4th time, and I so fucked it up. And he goes, don't worry, Johnny, that's okay. And he was such a humble, cool guy. He sat down and he goes, you know what? Stephen Buscemi even messed up my name in the Emmys. When they announced all the names, he called me whatever he said. He made me feel good. He kind of like took that embarrassment away. The next time he came on, I aced his name. I don't know. My brain doesn't work.
Was he wearing
sometimes.
sweatpants? Because Bobby's famous for showing up in sweatpants.
Oh, William Forsythe wears flip flops when he comes on. No, he didn't. No,
he really had a pair of serious. He had pants on. Bobby
he had
Glass?
pants on. Yeah.
Every time I've seen him on the talk show, he's got the sweatpants and a sweatshirt on.
But sweetheart of a guy, no ego with him, right?
No, he's great.
And God bless, been on Blue Bloods for what, 12 years? Whatever, 11, 12
that's
years.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
I need that kick in the ass.
You guys get that.
You know what? It's not even for me anymore.
Yeah.
Everything I do, you have kids.
For your kids.
It's not for me anymore. My life hasn't been about me for a long time.
Yeah.
It's about the wife and the children.
Yep,
And
exactly.
that's it.
Yeah.
I can give a shit.
I even said the other day I was auditioning for a commercial, and I ran into an actress that I'm a friend of mine for years. She's a comedian too. I said, I don't even want, comedians is always be get the sitcom.
Yeah.
I go, give me a commercial like Flow. Give me that. That's like a sitcom for me. Give me 10 commercials a year. You do your thing, right?
It's great.
And
It's
you
great.
make $2 million, right?
And I'm a draw now because everybody knows me from the commercial, and I'm a comedian, and I've been doing this 26 years, so I don't have to you see these guys get famous overnight, and they got 20 minutes of material, and that's it. That's all they got, They got to bring 6 openers for them because they can't do an hour.
And a story, and Mangano, Anthony Mangano, our dear friend, they did the same thing to him. At the callbacks, the director told Mangano and told me the same thing. He says, we're looking for like a Clint Eastwood type of strong, silent kind of uncle guy.
For what? For the
Cooper tires.
Oh, really?
And then you see Lenny Venito gets it. And here's Clint Eastwood over here, and Lenny Venito's on another fucking planet.
100%.
So we totally got sabotaged.
Yeah.
me and
They
Mangano.
never know what
We
they
got the
want
wrong
anyway,
direction.
No,
but what happens in this business, too, is you get sabotaged.
Yeah.
If a casting director or a director wants somebody, they'll say, oh, you know what, do it this way or try it this way because he knows that he wants this guy here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guarantee, because it was so out of left field, it was not close to anything. If you've seen the commercials, there's nothing like Clint Eastwood. Lenny's just being Lenny. You know, he's Uncle Lenny in the Cooper. And he did really well with that
He did
commercial.
great.
God
Oh,
bless.
Financially,
yeah. I
did
saw
great
it
with
all the
that.
time.
God bless, man. He just renewed. He renewed a couple of months ago.
And maybe he'll do more. Maybe
So
they'll-
you guys, one big commercial. You
He
guys
did that.
get
He did,
forgetting.
what was that show? Blacklist. He was on that. And we both went out for the same part. I worked with him. He was emceeing a charity event in New Jersey a couple years ago when that show was on a right before, maybe it was before the pandemic, like 2019. And I was on the show with another comedian, and he was just the MC because he don't do stand up, right? Really, but he's a local celebrity, people.
Yeah.
So, and we were just talking, and I go, I just went out for this. We went out for the same freaking part, and he's like, I hate to tell you this. I got that part. I knew I didn't get it, but I didn't know he got it. But I was like, you know what? I'm glad if I didn't get it,
Lenny's
somebody
taking
I know got it that I like, that I respect.
He's been up for roles I've been up for. This guy over here, I can't tell you how many roles he's gotten over.
Steve Sharippa's role
You?
on Blue Bloods is supposedly between me and him. And Nikki put in the good word for him because they're friends for many years. That's what I heard behind the scenes anyway.
Nikki.
That would have been a nice get.
Who, Nicky?
Nikki Turturro.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, well, whatever.
But whatever. He
It,
does a
it,
good
it is
job
what
on
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Tough business.
Michael Rispoli.
did it.
He
Yeah.
and I came up together. And I would see Michael at the same auditions as me, and I'd know that. I'm like, he's getting
Gary
this
and I are like, there's the 3 or 4 guys that are big star character actors. There's the Rispoli, there's the Mike Imperioli. Gary and I and Anthony were like right on the cusp. We worked, make a nice living at it, But it's always they're going to go to Rispoli first and Imperioli first. Then if they don't get Rispoli or Poli, they go to Gary, they go to Lou.
Go to us.
That's the way it is. Until you get that big job.
Yeah, Michael Rispoli
Series
is a
regular,
very good
whatever like
actor.
that. And a good guy.
And
Mikey's
he's a
good
really
guy.
good guy. Very humble.
God bless him.
Very easy to work with. That's what they really look for. They don't want pains in the asses.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd never come off like a prima donna. And I can't stand when, like I was just telling you, that situation on Blacklist. It was unwarranted, Then there was another show I worked on. I got to get the set, right? And I had to self-drive. which I'm not really happy about to begin with, especially if you're recurring on the show.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
should pick you up.
What show is this?
I'm not going to say.
Give me the initials.
We both worked on it. How's
Okay,
that?
all right.
All right?
Okay.
So I get the set, and there's no place for me to put my car. They didn't arrange a parking lot.
No way.
I'm driving around the block looking for a spot, and I'm getting yelled at on the phone. How come you're not on set? So, of course, I parked the car behind the camper.
Yeah.
I got in the dressing room. I'm fucking furious.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're breaking my balls, but you don't have the common decency to at least get. I drove myself to get here.
Yeah.
I could have said, no, you're going to pick me up, right? But I drove myself. You don't have the decency to at least find me a parking spot. And now you're going to yell at me as I'm looking for one?
Yeah, that's bulls.
I said, I live in New Jersey. How do you want me to get here?
Yeah.
And we were on the West Side Highway.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like,
Yeah.
No, as we get older, we're in the only line of work, show business, where it gets tougher and tougher. We get paid less and paid less. If you're a plumber and you're plumbing for 35
right.
years,
You make
your
more
rates
money.
are going up.
Yeah.
You're getting better jobs and things like that.
Getting
As an
$200
actor
an hour,
in the
$300
business,
an hour.
we get less pay. We get more disrespected than ever before. Like you said, recurring role. You shouldn't be driving yourself to. Back in the day. They take care of these things. It doesn't happen anymore.
well, it also has a lot
And
to do
working
with
for scale, does it drive you crazy when it's scale not negotiable?
Absolutely.
Does that drive you? Bro, I'm doing
Absolutely.
this since 1964. You tell me I can't negotiate?
Right.
Scale not. I mean, of course, if you say no, then they just call somebody else. They could just go, okay, well, Gary turned us down, Lou turned us down, Chris turned us down, and they go to some actor that's going to take the job because they don't give a shit. And by that actor taking that job, it also hurts us because, like, fuck.
It's the same way in
shouldn't be a
comedy
scale
when
job.
somebody's working for money and you want money and you know, guys call me, you want to
Yeah.
do this gig, whatever. I go, listen, I love you. I love to do the gig, but get more fucking money. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I want to keep working. I go, listen, you can't. You're dumbing down. You know,
You hurt everybody by doing
you're
it.
lowering the property value of the products is what you're doing. You know.
We never did this in the beginning. At least I didn't, and I can probably vouch for Lou, anybody. We didn't do this for money in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you didn't make any money.
Right.
But now that I've finally got a niche and I've been in over 100 films and television shows, yeah, of course I want to make a living now.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Of
again,
course.
it's not for me.
Right.
You know,
The thing-
I say I'm on the back nine. You know,
Yeah.
In my life, I'm on the fucking back nine.
The thing is with
It ain't
all
for
of
me.
you, excuse me, Gary. The thing is with all of you guys too, with the salary, it's the same thing in the construction business. Because once you're used to a certain amount of money, and the contractors and the agents know how much you get, and if you're downsizing a low ball and just to stay working, as you said, then everyone's going to low ball you. And like if we get the 500 for a job, and other people are going for 300, and then I go for 300, and they find out they're going to pay me 300. So it's like you got to stick to your guns, and you know sometimes you might have to eat shit and lose the job. There were plenty of jobs we lost because we couldn't. We're worth what we're worth, and if there's an I don't we got to be safe here, but if there's a company and you guys know what I'm talking about, and they're charging half the price, and we could be starving, you know, unless you have to. Unless you get thrown out of your house, you got to just stick to your guns.
You got to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an instance back in the day, the movie Find Me Guilty. Remember that movie Find
yeah,
Me Guilty?
yeah.
Okay, so I got the call, and I had worked with Sidney Lumet before on his television show, so I had a relationship
We worked
with
on
him.
that together too.
But we weren't in this. No, this is the story. I did not work on Find Me Guilty.
No.
100 Center Street?
100 Center Street.
Yeah, 100
we
Center
worked
Street.
on. I
And that's
did
how I
too.
met Sidney.
Yeah, me
the
too.
best. So he calls me to do one scene on the boat. There's a scene with guys playing cards on the boat, and they wanted me to do the scene on the boat. I said, okay, thank you very much. Didn't have to audition or anything, just an offer. Okay. So they called the next day. It's like, okay, well, your contract is going to be background, but because we need you in the courtroom for 3 weeks. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm not going to work as a background actor for 3 weeks, and then you're going to upgrade me? I said, absolutely not. I called the union. I says, how are you allowing this? He says, well, the union says we made some concessions so they would shoot in New York. I says, but that's so wrong. If I get a principal contract to be a principal, I'm a principal every day.
Yeah.
You know? So I turned it down. And of course, we know somebody, it's a friend of ours that took the job, and he must have did the same thing. He could afford, I guess, to work as a background actor for 3 weeks in a courtroom. And I got upgraded that day, but that's so wrong. It's like I couldn't do it.
Right.
And I cost myself a job, but there's a line.
I-
There's a line. Sorry, I can't do it.
I would never go back and do
Can't do it.
background work. Never.
No, you can't.
Never.
Because then you would be laughed out of the business. You would
Never.
never get a job again.
I would
You
never.
can't.
No, but I was saying I would never be. I could never even entertain that. You know, I don't care who it is.
It was disgraceful that it was even offered to me.
I mean,
that
listen,
way.
a lot of times Marty does it. He'll put me in a scene and there's no friggin' dialogue. But he pays me principal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get residuals.
Right.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't work with Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened with me on Irishman.
Yeah. Well, so did I got killed in a bomber jet.
Well, you had a great scene, but you didn't speak. But you were principal part.
I did speak, but they didn't bother using it.
They didn't use it.
No, you saw how he cut. He shot 600 friggin' hours of film. You know, and you got to realize something. You guys shoot 600 hours of film. Unless you are an integral part of that film, your chances are you're not even going to be in it.
Right.
Right? Think about it.
Absolutely.
I love that movie. I think it could have been cut about a half hour at least. But
Yeah, it's a little long in the
it was great.
I got some problems with it.
I mean, I didn't like how Robert De Niro was.
Honestly, I thought he was terrible.
Yeah.
I thought he phoned it in. He totally phoned it in.
I didn't like it.
Thought Pacino was
great.
good. Pesci was
great.
I don't know what's going on with that thing that he's doing where he plays the dual role. He's playing Costello. All I know is they shot it 2 years ago. It still ain't out
Well,
yet.
yeah,
There must be some kind of issues going on.
Again, at the time of this taping, because right now we're doing shows, we don't know when they're going to be on the air. But at the time of this taping now, Warner Brothers has said, we're not working with you. Because of his political views and him opening his mouth.
Oh, is that what's going on?
He just got let go. Clooney just got let go of 2 contracts, and Ben Stiller just got let go.
Really?
Yep. So people are angry at the Hollywood. The one thing that happened is that we're shooting these shows around the election time is I think the day of the Hollywood endorsement I think is dying, which is good for everybody.
Yeah.
Because they don't live in our lives.
I'll
Johnny,
be honest.
George, why should George Clooney speak for you, John?
No.
Nobody.
Right.
He has no idea what you do with your life.
Back in
None.
the day,
No.
back in the day, you're going to tell Ernest Borgnine, Lee Marvin, you're going to tell them how they're going to vote?
Yeah.
You know what they would have done? They crack you in the head.
Yeah, crazy.
Honestly, you
Crazy.
think about back in the day, and that's how I feel about this business. Like almost like I wish I was born and worked with those classic actors.
No, I mean, I wish I was Bobby Darin.
You know what I
would've been
mean?
Bobby Darin.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. We would have worked a hell of a lot more. And you're working with real people, real actors, real men.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these guys were vets. They just got out of World War II. I mean, Lee Marvin, one of my
Right.
favorites.
Yeah. Great.
Charlton Heston. I mean,
You ever seen the
go on and on
Emperor
and
of the
on.
North? I just watched it the other night.
Which?
Emperor of the North.
Oh, yeah,
Where he
it's
plays a
amazing.
hobo with Ernest Borgnine.
Amazing.
Oh man,
I gotta
Amazing.
see that.
I just saw a clip on YouTube. You got to check it out. First time I've seen it. There's a clip on YouTube. Somebody just put it out. It's a screen test. I don't know what movie they were testing for. It might have been East of Eden, but James Dean is screen testing with Paul Newman, and Paul Newman is hitting on him hard.
Come
Is he
on.
really?
Oh man!
Why,
Paul Newman was flirting with him
he's
hard.
gay?
I didn't say he was gay. I just said watch the clip, and you'll see that he was flirting with him.
Think he was doing it on purpose?
Hard. I don't know, but it's so
Paul
obvious.
Newman was
and you can
like
see James Dean is
heartthrob
uncomfortable
back then, right?
Uncomfortable.
What's that?
But that
Paul
doesn't
Newman
mean
was-
anything, heartthrob.
I know. Listen, so was Rock Hudson. But,
Yeah, right?
My mother
So-
used to love Paul Newman and
I love
Hudson
Paul
is
Newman. He's one of my favorite actors.
Fruity? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a
great
big
actor.
Robert Mitchum guy. Like you
Me
watch
too.
I
Robert,
just
Robert
watched.
Mitchum
I
was
just
great.
watched.
Cape Fear.
No, I just watched.
Watch Cape Fear.
River of No Return the other day
Oh,
with,
great
with,
movie.
with Marilyn Monroe.
But you watch Robert Mitchum in Cape Fear, and you watch De Niro in Cape Fear. It's a joke. Robert Mitchum walks onto the screen. You're like, holy shit, this guy is scary.
Yeah.
De Niro had to do the tattoos and the accent and the, I'm over here, counselor. And all. Mitchum just walked on screen with the hat. Katie, you're like, holy shit.
Listen, I'm not going to take away from Bobby's. Bobby's
Yeah.
done some great movies, and he's done some great jobs in some
Yeah, he
films.
has, he has.
And then there's films that he probably should have avoided.
Yeah.
The thing was,
Right.
yeah, I loved Robert De Niro, and I had all posters of Goodfellas and all this stuff, and Casino, and I had them all in my movie room, my editing room. I don't even want to put them up, and it sucks because I was a big fan of his, and I like his other stuff. But I mean, the political shit, he just should have minded his
I
business.
gotta be honest with
he
you.
should have just minded his
I
business.
think with that, I think he and Trumpy had a bad
It's
real
personal.
estate deal.
Yeah, it's personal.
I think it's some kind of real estate
Absolutely.
deal. I know that Bobby's well vested down in Tribeca, and he probably wanted a building or something, and maybe Trump outbid him or just whatever.
Yeah.
But this is, you could tell, this has got nothing to do with politics.
Nothing.
Zero.
When somebody's that vicious,
Yeah.
it's personal.
It's
personal.
yeah, it sounds personal.
Yeah, but it's also childish. I mean, they both got their both names. They're both two different people. Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro. Donald Trump is Donald Trump. Night and day,
I just, I feel like even with this, and not even to talk about politics, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Just celebrities should just stay out. Just
They
stay
should
out of
stay
politics.
out.
That's it.
Bullshit.
I mean, you could tell by looking at somebody which way they vote. I mean, I don't have to wear a MAGA hat. I got a MAGA face.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
mean, honestly, and people know that. I'm not going to go on and try and pretend I'm somebody that I'm not. I'd rather be who I am, and I don't want you telling me how I should vote, how I should think. You know, that's none of your business.
None.
And
Absolutely.
I play these roles that I play because of who I am. I don't have to go and put tattoos on to make me look tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when you're a guy who grew up in Brooklyn, Staten Island, you're a street guy.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how we
nobody's
are.
teaching me. You can't teach me what I know. It's just like going to Hollywood, out in California, and you go grab a guy, and the guy's out in L.A. and he's going to try and act like a street tough guy from New
Yeah,
York.
right.
It ain't working.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't working.
Yeah.
So don't mix apples and oranges. Appreciate us for why you cast us, for the talent that we have,
Yeah, yeah.
that we bring realism to everything that we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And stop with this cross-pollination of politics and film and all of this horse
It makes
crap.
everybody walk on eggshells. Like, oh, I can't say this. I can't post this. I can't
I've been-
like Trump. I
I've
can't
been
do
told
this.
I was
I
gonna
can't
get
say this,
blackballed.
this and that. Yeah.
Straight up, I had a casting director.
Well, you're very active on Facebook. Gary is a Facebook warrior. He's very active on
I am,
Facebook.
and I have no problem doing it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to change who I am.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Right.
You know, you're either going to respect me for who I am, or you're not.
Right.
And I'm at a point. I want to work. Of course, I want to work. And if I don't work because I speak my mind, then you're fucked up, not me.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Why should I compromise who I am?
Exactly.
You want want me to be a phony? You guys are
Exactly.
my friends.
Yeah.
People are pussies. They'll rat you out, but they won't fight you. We'll duke it out. I'd rather duke it out with Gary, get it over it, and then go have a beer with him afterwards.
Right, right.
You get everybody else, they rat you out. They'll throw you underneath the bus, but when you say I'm going to punch you in the face, they call the cops, 911.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that like
Well,
to fuck.
unfortunately,
crack.
with our industry, is that a lot of people.
Well, you don't have friends.
talk
You have
behind your
acquaintances.
back,
And you have acquaintances.
They want to backstab you. They want to say
Yeah.
this about
In
you.
this
They want to
business,
say that.
and every level of it, it's all
I
backstabbing.
heard. In yours,
Comics,
it's even worse.
musicians, all of it. Actors, especially,
I see more on the actors and the comedians than I do the musicians.
Oh yeah, I've been working in comedy rooms where we're not an established club, but let's say it's a venue that has comedy on a monthly basis, right? In the back room, and they have food and everything.
Like the diners.
Like a diner or something.
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
them here in Staten Island.
Yeah.
I work for Vic and whatever. So, but I've been in places where I was hired, to come and perform at the venue, and the person that was opening for me was like from that area, was going to, who didn't book the show, was just hired to be on the show, was going to the owner going, I could book a better show for you. She let me book the comics here.
Yeah.
And I grabbed her and I was like, what are you doing? Like, the person who hired us is a friend of ours, and this is his gig. He books this room. You trying to take a room from somebody who just fed you tonight and gave you the gig? Oh, well, I could just do a better job, and I'm from this area. I said, but you don't have this. This is not your room. Like, you're gonna backstab the fucking
just
person who
incredible.
hired you.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I'm the type of guy. Let's say, Lou, you're an agent, and you book me, and you go, Chris, I want you to go do this private event, whatever. If I'm at that event and somebody wants me for another gig because they saw me at that show, I say, you got to call Lou. It's
Exactly.
his gig.
Yeah.
Get the
and
blessing.
He'll
Always
hire
get
me,
the blessing.
whatever. And then I'll call you and go, hey, Lou, we can get this much money for this. You take your percentage, whatever. I always was like that because it's, first of all, karma, I believe in, and respect, like you said.
100%. Even when I do the show, I tell everybody no soliciting on my show. And anyone on my staff that I got caught doing that at shows, I got rid of them.
Right.
Because you don't do that, There's times I'm gonna work on Vito Paccone's show, and people go, "Oh, you're Johnny Peel. Can I come on your show?" I go, "You got to talk to Vito." I go, "Me and Vito have a mutual relationships. We don't take each other's guests. If Vito wants someone that I have, I give it to him. And if I wanted someone, I would ask him, and he would give it to me. But we like to do our own shows to bring our own people in, And there are people that'll cut your throat,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I got Sopranos, I think you guys know this story. When I got Sopranos, supposedly that week, there was a couple of us guys, because, again, we all know each other from being around each other, either working together or auditioning together for many, many years. So when I got Sopranos, the week that I got that recurring role, a couple of guys were at a commercial audition. So somebody just mentioned in passing, hey, did you hear the news that Lou just got a recurring on The Sopranos? So a couple of guys, oh, that's great for Lou. He's a good guy, whatever. But one guy says, well, you know what? I heard it ain't that big of a deal. He's only going to do like 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's
And I got back to him. It's like, bro, you give your right arm to get 1 episode. Why would you talk like that about me? I've never done anything to you. You know what I'm just saying?
I'm glad. Listen,
Because
Hey, talk about the
sour grapes.
Yeah, I just
That's
amazing.
all that is.
But talk about the very interesting in the comic world. Way back in the day when I did stand up, there was a thing with Paul Reiser and Richard Lewis that we had talked about. This is talk about that little thing about
yeah, we were
taking
talking
a
about that earlier because he was
stand
telling me when he started stand up, it was back in the '80s, and I started in the late '90s, right? So I'm a little younger, a little bit younger than you guys, but. In the '80s, because I know and met Paul. I did a episode of Red Oaks, was on Amazon Prime for a little
Red
while.
Oaks, yeah, about the
Another
golf
show.
club.
They call me after season.
Golf club, right?
Yeah. I was in the golf course, and they called me end of season 2. They call me and go, "We want to." And I only did 1 episode season 1, and at the end of season 2, my agent goes, "Hey, they want to bring you back season 3, give you like 5 episodes."
Yeah.
And I'm like. Oh my God! Same thing. I'm like, oh, this is great. Whatever.
Yeah.
Then they canceled the fucking show.
Yeah.
So I'm the kiss of death. So, but I had opened for Paul a few times. But you know, Paul Reiser and Richard Lewis was, I guess, maybe around first, and Paul Reiser came up like it was around the same time, right? But they were a little bit. I think Richard Lewis might have been a little bit ahead of him in a year or two.
I think Richard Lewis came a little
earlier, and then
beef.
then on the during the '80s when they were starting to blow up, at least when Paul Reiser was, Richard Lewis was, saying that Paul was stealing his persona and stealing
They
his
accused each other of stealing each other's act. It
yeah.
became a big thing in the comedy world. It's like you had to take a stand. It's like, are you in Richard's camp or are you in Paul Reiser's camp?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know whose camp I'm in. They're both great. I don't know.
On Curb? Did they work?
Richard
Or is
Lewis worked on Curb.
Richard
Right,
Lewis
Richard
for a couple
Lewis
of
did.
years.
He passed away on
Yeah,
while he
yeah.
was working on
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Reiser didn't work on it?
I'm not sure if he did or not.
I'm not sure if he did.
No, he didn't.
But he's got a show coming on
No,
now.
he didn't.
I just saw him in
Well, he had the
something.
reboot a couple years ago of Mad About You. That
But
one
he's got a new
season.
show coming on
He's
now.
got a new show,
He's got a
and
new
you know
show
what?
coming.
That Mad About You, that was a big show for
Big
him.
show.
I mean, that was huge. That
Set
show.
for Life. There's a Set for Life show.
Bro, I knew all of those guys. I don't know if you remember this. I was the doorman at Columbus.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, for 3 years I
you?
worked at this place called Columbus, which was a mecca.
And Thursday night was the Italian
Picture?
Actors Night.
And that's the night I
What was it, a restaurant, nightclub?
It was a restaurant on 69th and Columbus. It was a mecca for celebrities. I mean, I was there the night that they signed the paperwork for Platoon. I was there. Mick Jagger and David Bowie just finished shooting Dancing in the Street.
Yeah.
And the limo pulls up and the two of them get out. And I was like, holy shit.
Do you remember the night? I don't know if you remember this night. There's 2 nights that I remember from that, and you were probably there. One night was Michael Myers was just getting ready to do Saturday Night Live. His first Saturday night. He was there Thursday night. We got him drunk. And then the night that Christian Slater, I almost knocked out Christian Slater. Do you remember this was my birthday also?
I might
Tony
remember
Sirico
that.
had a
Sounds-
table. Tony
Yeah,
had a table
yeah.
with a couple of guys, and Christian was sitting with him. And I came in with the Tony and Tina's guys. We were doing Tony
That's
and Tina's
right.
wedding. Me,
That's when I met you, bro.
Yes.
And what
that's
So
year?
when
I know
met
him
89.
40 years.
What
89.
year was this?
This is
40
89.
years I know him.
And Tony Sirico was with him?
Yes, Tony Sirico used to hang out there a lot.
Yeah, so he had his
That's
table.
where I met all of them.
It was his,
Yeah,
he
Tony-
had his
Tony's
table.
Tony, Danny Aiello. I mean,
Every Thursday night was Italian Actors Night. They were all there. Tony, Dan's, Armando Santo, everybody. So I walk in, the Tony and Tina's guys, me and a couple of guys on the show, and Tony says, hey, Martini, I hear it's your birthday. Come over here, Bubba, say hello. Hey, how are you? So Christian Slater is sitting there, and Tony says something to the effect of like, hey, Christian, Lou is in this big Broadway show called Tony and Tina's Wedding. They're doing great. And he does one of these. He leans back like this, and he says, oh, I saw it in L.A. It's like not my favorite show.
No way.
Table goes dead quiet because the guys know me, and I just looked him in the eye, leaned over very quiet, and said, Christian, you don't fucking know me. Keep your fucking mouth shut. And Tony was like this and blah, blah, blah. And it got around, like all of a sudden the restaurant got quiet, And I was like, oh, I want to fucking knock him out.
I never seen you
So,
get raised
He
up,
must have
Louis.
been young then, right?
I mean, like I said, like Gary says, I grew up on the streets. I'm a street
Bro,
guy, but I don't have to
could
show it
write
if I
a
don't
book
have to.
about that place.
So, yeah.
I threw out. I had to
That's
throw
right,
out.
Gary worked
I had
there.
to
Gary
throw
was
out-
working
I had
there.
to throw out William Hurt because him
yeah.
and Sam Shepard got into a fight.
Yes, I heard that story.
Over Jessica Lange.
I heard that story.
And something about riding a horse and who can beat them in a horse race in Central Park. It was so stupid. But I had to actually go over to William Hurt and say, no, you got to go. You can't hang out here.
That's it.
I threw another guy out because he was bothering Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas was so impressed by how I did it, He put me in Black Rain as a stuntman.
How many
Swear
years
to
did you
God.
work there? You worked there a couple of years, right?
Almost 4 years. I started the night the Mets won the World Series. And I was so upset because all my friends are going to like, what was the name of that Irish pub that was on Columbus? Do you remember?
Martinis.
No, you're an idiot.
McFadden's? Maybe McFadden's? Maybe?
It was
no,
McSomething.
was on
It was
42nd
on
Street.
McSomething's.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody was going. I'm stuck there, right? So I'm watching the game on the TV. They win. You hear the honking of the horns. I'm depressed. Not even an hour, 2 hours after they won, 4 limos pull up. All the Mets came and fucking hung out with me.
That was a
night.
place to be.
Oh, that's great.
It was a place to
My
be.
first night of work. And I went from being to, this is great.
Oh, that's the best
How
job
old
ever.
were you? You in your 30s?
I was exactly 25.
Good age for that shit.
I lived right around the corner.
in the
Paulie
city.
Herman hired me.
You lived in the city?
Oh, I got so much work out of that place. You know why I got work? Because they didn't say anything. I didn't ask anybody for work. Danny Aiello put me in Do the Right Thing because of that job.
That's
You
right.
know,
You played
I-
the cop.
I played the cop. Danny did that.
Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
know, got in Black Rain for Michael Douglas. It's amazing
Yeah.
the shit that came out of there.
Yeah.
Really is. One of my favorite stories. Check this out.
Center
Where you
yourself.
want me to
We're going to
go?
call him Gary Center.
He can't see the TV.
I can't.
Gary
I got a light
Center.
in the middle. Anyway, Charlie Herman, Paulie's brother, comes over. He goes, "Don't let anybody else in. We're too crowded." I said, "Nobody? I don't care who it is. King Farouk could come.
Nobody.
You're not letting him in." So we had this velvet rope, right? All of a sudden, this guy comes over. He's got on a black leather jacket, greasy hair. He goes, "I come in." I said, "Nah." He goes, "Why not?" I said, "The boss says no more people in." "You know who I am?" I said, "I don't have a fucking clue, but it don't matter because I can't let you in." He goes, "Okay, you'll find out who I am." And he leaves. All of a sudden, Tony Sirico comes out with this guy, Smiley. They go,
Oh, Smiley? I remember that
Remember
guy.
him?
Holy shit.
so Tony comes out with
my
Smiley
God.
and goes, "Where'd Mickey go?" I said, "Mickey who?" "Mickey Featherstone." I went, that was Mickey Featherstone?
Oh, my
I said, "I
God.
sent him away." Tony goes, "Oh, that wasn't good."
Oh, my God.
I don't even know who to be. I don't
Mickey
even,
Featherstone is a famous Westie, man. And a dangerous.
He killed about 30
psychotic-
guys,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
all.
yeah?
I always
Yeah.
seem to draw those guys
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was a street
Did he-
kid.
did he come back?
Crazy, was he?
Yeah, he came back a couple days later. He goes, "You know who I am now?" I said, "Yes, Mickey."
Yes,
and
Mr.
I'm very, very
Featherstone.
sorry that I didn't let you in. He goes, "You were just following orders, right?" I said, "Yeah. Go take it out on Charlie." I told him.
Wow. Now, if you remember, Gary, the one guy talking about Armand, the one guy, nobody gives a shit whoever walked in the place because it was full of celebrities.
full of celebrities.
But when Armand walked in, he was always dressed to the nines, and everybody like, wow, look at Armand. He was like, when he walked in, you're like, that's a star.
Yeah.
That's what a
So
star
you
looks
guys-
like.
I met Frankie
That's how a star
Vincent there.
carries himself.
That's where I met Frank the first time.
Yeah.
Frankie took me under his wing. I mean, the place, I'm telling you, was a mecca.
Yeah,
You
I
were
know. We
lucky
were
to
there every
hang out at
Thursday
that
night.
place. I wish I was.
From
I had to
89
park
to
Mike
92.
Tyson's car. I opened the door for Frank Sinatra. He gave me a $100 bill. I parked Mike Tyson's car. He gave me a $100 bill.
Wow.
He had this big flying cloud. What do you call it? A Rolls Royce. He had just gotten it, and he couldn't park the car. He couldn't parallel park. So he goes, "Mister, can you park my car for me?" I said, "He gave me $100." I said, "Sure, I'll park your car."
Yeah, those sound like great times, man.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Columbus
You
was
should
the
write a
shit
book.
back in the day.
I wish
I would like to make a movie about it.
Yeah.
What year are you saying again? That was.
Well, I was
Late
hanging out there
80s?
from 89
Late
to
80s, yeah?
92. And he was
Yeah,
working.
you were young.
I worked from 86 to almost 91.
Yeah.
Then I moved to Staten Island.
Yeah, so like I said, that's how we probably met. We met at Columbus.
Okay, so one more time, this guy used to come in, and you know, you'd have to get by me to get in the place.
Yeah.
Right? I was the doorman.
Yeah.
In other words, you weren't getting in unless you came by me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I pretty much approved who came in, and it was by recognition or whatever. So this jerk-off guy used to come in. This is how he used to be, too. He had like this, with his fucking ass on. Yeah, like this. And he had his sunglasses on. I got to do this. Here. I used to go, "Oh, good evening." He used to pull the rope away and just walk in like a real douchebag every time. He came in with Warren Beatty a couple times. I'm saying, who the fuck is this clown? Then I find out who he is. I'm watching the show about the making of The Godfather. What was that called? It was
Yeah,
great.
The Offer.
The
The
Offer.
Offer.
Oh, The Offer.
Okay?
Yeah, so that was
and I'm
good.
looking at this guy That's in there. And I
It's
go,
Mario Puzo.
No. I go, he looks like that jerk off that used to come in Columbus and breeze by me. It was Bobby Evans.
Oh, wow.
It was Rob
Jesus
Evans that
Christ.
always came in with this air of scumbaggery.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it winds up being, and I told my wife, I was watching it with Mel, and I go, that's the asshole that used to come in Columbus.
Wow.
He played it to a T.
They mentioned my father in that. I jumped off the
Yeah,
couch.
they did.
Yeah, because long story short, my father was supposed to play Luca Brasi in The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
And he got sick on set. They took him to the hospital. He had a stroke. He passed away. And this has been a story in my family for many, many years, but I haven't heard it for years because there's nobody around to validate it. So I'm watching the show, and when they talked about, hey, we just lost the actor that's supposed to play Luca Brasi, and Miles Teller, who did a great job as Al Ruddy, says, what do you mean we lost him? He's under contract. He go, no, he had a stroke and died. I jumped off the couch. I said, there it is. Called my cousin in Florida.
Right.
They just talked about my dad. Very cool.
Very
cool.
Wow.
Well, listen, that was a lot of great stories, fellas. It's about our time that we got to say goodnight. So, Gary, where can people find you on the internet if they want to look you up and just reach out and say hi?
You got a better shot of finding me in a post office. I want the post. No, Garry_Pastore. Garry_Pastore at Instagram.
And Facebook.
Or at Garry_Pastore. And Facebook, GP Actor.
Oh, good. And what about you, Chris? Where can they find you?
They can find me at Chris Monty Live on Instagram or TikTok. I do jokes on there, or ChrisMontyLive.com website. I got shows coming up for the next 3, 4, 5 months all over the Northeast.
God
so
bless.
come check
Wonderful.
it out.
And we definitely want you back on the show.
Yeah, great.
And Mr. Martini, great doing the show with you again, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
All right?
hopefully, God willing, right?
Yeah, God willing,
You never know what
exactly.
can happen in 7 days, right, guys?
You never know. Well, everybody.
One day at a
Especially at our
time.
age.
One day at a time. No matter what age, one day at a time.
Well, that's it. Thank you for listening to Breaking Balls with Johnny P. And always remember what I said. Whose balls did you bust today? Good night.